that the priesthood was for us, and we went to the high school seminary school the next year. I was 14 years old when I started the seminary. Perhaps you can recall the assuredness 14-year-old boys have. They knew it all. If the rules were there, they were meant to be broken. Outside of a couple of hours at school, we had a lot of free time on Saturday, but there were a couple hours every Saturday which we had chores to do. And some of those chores are just menial chores, cleaning the bathroom, sweeping the floor, making sure everything was clean and looking nice. But after that couple of hours, then we could do what we want. But sometimes I strayed outside the limits that we were supposed to be doing, even as having fun. Now, I had a small group of friends that we had similar interests in, so we just hung out together. And the group I often was with, we like to play games, go for long walks. And when we were on these long walks and nobody could hear us except ourselves, we would often talk about the teachers. Everybody likes to talk about teachers. Life was good. And it was regimented. But it was so assuring that there was peace in the community. But my interest in having photography darkroom changed all that peace, that tranquility. Let me elucidate. I was interested in developing and printing black and white pictures. Hadn't gotten into color. That was pretty awesome. I didn't make that, but I had made black and white prints at home. My mom had a fruit closet in which I was able to convert into a darkroom. Well, when I got to Mount Angel, I wanted to do the same thing. Well, I found an unused darkroom in an abandoned school building that was near the monastery property. Oh, that was a treat. This room, unlike my mom's fruit closet, had running water. It had counters that could hold trays for the developing chemicals. I had storage shelves to put my chemicals on and put all my stuff on. And an added bonus in this room, there were 3 large boxes of 35 millimeter film, unexposed. And what that meant was, I could save money on film because I could clip off 1 foot of film and put it into a canister I would save from a previous roll, and I would have fresh film. Well, it turns out that free film was the beginning of the end for me as a student at Mount Angel. I discovered, number one, 35 millimeter photography film burns quite easily. And number 2, 1 foot section rolled tight and wrapped with aluminum foil made a very nice smoke bomb. With an additional bonus, had a rotten egg smell. We threw these smoke bombs in various places on campus, but never got caught. We, meaning my friends. I guess that is what led me to the next and ultimate action, a chapter I called How I Killed the Golden Goose. And that action was gambling. The darkroom was the perfect place for a gambling room because it was dark. Nobody knew we were in there. They couldn't see us. And so my friends and I, they got together, played poker. What fun to be doing something we weren't supposed to do. Yet we had a problem. Father Joe, the disciplinarian, loved to do artwork. And that room they did artwork in was next to the dark room. And the walls were paper thin. We knew that when he was there because we could hear his footsteps. And we would change our conversation from poker to, I think we need to take the paper out of the developer tray and put it in the fixture tray now. Or perhaps, do we have the film ready for next week? We were doing this. We were really playing poker. We really thought we had it done, playing a forbidden game. We were 14, 15-year-old boys who were getting away with the forbidden, and all was well for a while, except for one day we did not hear Father Joe come into the darkroom. I was summoned later that day to the principal's office, and I was advised rather sternly about breaking a cardinal rule, playing cards in an unauthorized location, and playing poker. That meeting was something that changed my life forever. What was I thinking? I was given an ultimatum: shape up or ship out. Well, I ended up shipping out. Now, I had other unexpected changes too. After high school, I was a surveyor's aide for fish and wildlife until I went to college, followed by working as an engineer for 30 plus years. These changes were not all that I had planned, but had made my life better. After 30 years as an engineer, I became a school bus driver. I am still now driving school buses for the Washougal School District in the state of Washington. This is my 19th year of driving, and I love it. I never would have thought 64 years ago that using a darkroom for a gambling joint would have guided me to driving a school bus. Dream was good. Next time life throws you a curveball, go and look for that ball and see where it takes you. You might be pleasantly surprised.